guys, I know I'm Shadow Scythe, and today it's going to be something a little bit different because as I just logged in, I actually ended up, and any of you that have played at all during Operation Plague Star will get this too if you haven't logged in yet. But upon logging into the game today, Operation Plague Star has officially ended, so you will get a message from Kanzu, and here's the transmission.
You know, Kanzu doesn't get emotional. But this place, Cetus is more than a home, Tina. It is the center of our universe. My uncle, he died protecting his. And you fought to protect ours. My uncle's voice still echoes a warning. But this place, our voice, will echo forever as a welcome. A beacon to anyone who needs a home. Okay, a little emotional maybe. The Unum chose well when she sent you to us. Dadu, now, get back to work.
That was the transmission. Now, if you guys weren't able to hear it very well because of my game audio being turned down, that is part of the reason as to why I had the subtitles on, so you can follow along with what Kanzu was saying right along, like, down here. But but that signals that Operation Plague Star is over, which you will notice along with the console itself. So, any infested Zaw and Exodia components that you guys have gotten a hold of, as well as any of the retired weapons and gear, that means whatever you guys have gotten a hold of up to this point, that's it. The retired weapons will probably make another comeback in another clan-based event, and in a few months' time, all of the Zaw and Exodia components will probably just make their way into Hawk's regular stock. Kind of like how all of the mods and shit that we had back during Ambulus Reborn eventually made their way into the market rotations and whatnot. It's just a matter of give it some time. The event was pretty much just early access to it. Which this also means that Nakak is going to go back to having just the base, her base stock. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, today I'm actually going to be going over the infested Zaw that I made and gilded, the Cyst Sickle, as I called it, which is an infested scythe. Now, the infested scythe is using the scythe slash polearm head with the one-handed stance, or one-handed grip, which the one thing that still does not make sense with this is if you've paid attention with the hate. Well, I guess now that I think about it, I guess the hate, the Anku, the Reaper Prime, and the Ether Reaper are all technically one-handed weapons, except for the fact that when you swing them, you are swinging them with two hands. Kind of like you are with, like, just about every other polearm. And then you have this, which is basically a freaking machete, and yet it's a scythe. Anyway, apparently gilding it uninstalled all of the mods that I had equipped. So here are the base stats. 850 attack speed, 10% crit chance, 36% status, 25 impact, 14 puncture, 29 slash, and 23 viral. The stance polarity that it has fits Stalking Fan, And upon gilding it, I added a polarity slot to fit primed pressure point. I'm going to throw on primed fury to crank it up to 1.28 on its attack speed. I'm going to install a catalyst to double my mod capacity. Now we are going to add Vicious Frost and Virulent Scourge to crank that viral damage up to 309. With Buzzkill to raise the slash. Which is leaving me with a capacity of 14. So what we are going to do with that is we will add in Sundering Strike. Actually, no, let's drop Sundering Strike, because this is mostly impact and puncture. So actually, we will leave Buzzkill on here, and we will throw on Primed Heavy Trauma, which, thanks to Primed Heavy Trauma, it slightly outweighs on the slash in terms of its base damage types. However, this is more or less going to be pretty much the finalized build, with the exception of these two things right here. Because what I'll probably end up doing is squeezing in Jagged Edge and Collision Force after, like, 2-3 Forma. Give or take. But we are going to take this into a mission just so that you guys can see the effectiveness. Because this weapon actually does work fairly well. I was using it in Hydron, and I only went down once because I kind of jumped into the middle of a pack of enemies and couldn't get my second ability on Gara up in time to buff myself. So it's pretty much whatever. Let's get up and over to Maru. I was thinking about showing off some of the Exodias, but I will show those off when I actually have full sets crafted. At the current moment, I do not. I have one crafted that used the pink gems, and I have none crafted that used the green. So, at least until I can get those to rank 2, I'm not doing a video on them. Just because I actually want to be able to show them off. Other people have actually already done them. And I'll be sticking one of them on here, or on this weapon, and I've already got the one of them on another one of my Zaws. But although these are super low level, it's still not a bad thing to run just a quick mission like this so you guys can see just how it moves. Which, when you look at it, you can kind of understand why it's got high impact. Because it kind of looks a bit like a hammer. Granted, it's a little bit of a misshapen hammer, but a tiny little hammer all the same. Also, going back to Operation Plaguestar, those of you that put a lot of time and effort into it and managed to get a hold of all of the Hunter mods, congratulations, because those will remain in your inventory until you decide to get rid of them by whatever means you deem to get rid of them with.
This looks dangerous, for me.
However, if you did not spend a whole lot of time to get a hold of them, then you can try your luck with trade chat, but otherwise you will not be getting a hold of the hunter mods until they make a return. I was lucky enough to get a hold of the entire set. 2 of the mods are, if you guys already watched the video, are for your primary weapon,
I think you found it.
which
That's
one
what
of
we're looking
them
for.
is a
Good job, good.
30% chance to apply the slash status on a critical hit. One of them is a status duration mod.
Multiple targets ahead.
The Warframe mod was a replacement for Rage. And then we had 3 companion mods. One was a crit link, 1 major companion attack, the closest thing afflicted by slash status for the next 6 seconds. And then the last one was a lifesteal link for your pet. And then the set bonus gave your pet a percentage of critical chance based on, or not critical chance, critical damage based on the amount of the mods you had equipped out of the set. So if you had all 6 mods, it would cap out at 150% for the stat bonus. So once again, congratulations to everyone who picked that up, as well as congratulations to everyone who actually did the same thing I did and wasted some of your event standing to pick up this lovely little number as a permanent bit of proof that you participated in the clan event, just like how we had with Ambulus Reborn or the Index.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno armed themselves.
Anyway, that's pretty much everything that I have to talk about today, guys. I know it's a little bit of a change of pace from what I normally do, so thank you guys for understanding. And thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. If you guys like this video for whatever reason, hit that like button and subscribe, and be sure to follow me on Twitter and player.me for all things related to Twitch, YouTube, and any sort of IRL derp that could be causing a delay or a cancellation. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.